Welcome to When I Fell in Love with Hip Hop. I'm Israel Picasso. This is episode number 2 with Reggie Wright Jr. From Death Row Records. Man, can you invite yourself to the fans, man? Talk to them.
What up? What up? How you guys doing? If anybody don't know my resume, who I am, go check me out on Bomb First, and you'll know my resume and hear how I have a voice and I'm a boy. Uh, when I fell in love with hip hop, Holly heard about me and Holly welcomed me to his platform. So
Okay.
yeah,
With that being said, I appreciate you for coming back on the platform. It's an honor once again to have you on the show.
much respect.
All right, we're gonna jump right into this. Can you tell me about what part did Dr. Dre play in Death Row Records and how did he end up on Death Row Records?
Well, a lot of this we're talking about before my time, so I'm just speaking of what either Suge told me or what I learned, just like you guys knew.
Okay.
But Suge was mainly was going after DOC, this rapper named Doc, and he had a tragic traffic accident where he lost his voice, where now he sounds like Donald Duck, and he was the rapper that Suge was basically pushing. But DOC, who was signed to Ruthless, where Dre was with the group NWA, DOC told Dre about this guy Suge Knight, who was helping him getting his deals right and managing him. And so DOC introduced Dre to Suge, and they developed a relationship, and they Suge eventually got Dre out of his deal with Ruthless, and they created a situation uh, together that was at one time called Fernhill Records, and later Future Shot Records, and up under a Godfather Entertainment umbrella, and then later on became Death Row Records.
Okay. Okay. So was Deep Cover the start of Snoop Dogg's career and do you remember how Snoop was actually scouted into the music industry?
Yeah, D Cover was the first song that the public knew and learned about Snoop. Uh, they actually did that song just trying to get some money and didn't even have the song written. He pretty much wrote that song just off of Suge going to a meeting and them telling them the concept of the movie. He told it to Snoop, and Snoop actually rapped that verse to get them to be on that soundtrack over the telephone to the executives of of the movie Deep Cover. But
Okay.
yeah, that helped them get started, along with other rumors for Michael Harrio and Vanilla Ice rumors as well. That helped launch the company.
Okay. So did Kenya work like kind of help find Snoop or was she like I know she knew Snoop. I know I remember interviewing her and she was talking about how she, met Snoop or whatever. And Snoop introduced her to Dash or whatever.
I know that to be a fact that he did introduce Kenya to Dask, his little cousin, but no, Warren G gets all the credit for taking Snoop to Dr. Dre, and Dre giving them a situation or giving Snoop a situation based on him rapping for him. But Warren G gets all the credit for that.
Okay. Okay. So is it true like that Dr. Dre used to beat Miss LA? This Suge Knight used to sleep with her. I don't want to start no rumors or nothing that ain't really true. I'm just asking what people ask me to, ask you.
Yeah, I never witnessed Dre put a hand on Michelle or anything, but I know there was a lot of alcohol abuse going on between the two of them back then. So I can imagine how a relationship could be, especially when you got a guy in the industry and that's not being faithful. And so I can imagine. I believe where there's smoke, where there's fire, there's a little bit of smoke. Um, but I don't believe everything is always how, especially if we just going based on what we learned in that Surviving Compton uh, on Lifetime episodes. Um, you can't believe in all of that because a lot of that stuff is done for TV to
Yeah,
to sell the story and to make it more interesting. And third and fourth and fifth hand information.
yeah.
And so that's my take on that.
Okay. So is it true that Suge Knight slept with her? Is that why Dr. Dre and Suge like kind of
I believe that was the ultimate reasoning or the final straw for Dre to want to leave and disassociate himself with Death Row, of learning that his his son's mother was having an affair with, more importantly, his business partner.
right, right,
That
right.
hurt. Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta ask you, how close was Puffy to Snoop Dogg and the California Crips? Because they say Puffy was like, inside Death Row without being inside of Death Row. That's what people wanna.
Well, I mean, I don't know what that means. I don't know what they saying about that.
Right,
But Puffy and Snoop had a relationship. Suge and Puffy had a relationship. Only
right,
reason Suge pretty much kind of disassociated himself with Puff was one reasoning because of an incident where Suge wanted him to come and perform or have a big performance at his nightclub. But that wasn't a big thing. But he was mainly riding with Pac.
right.
Pac,
I'm talking about
Pac
like towards the end, like for us, like when they was beefing, like he was still associated with the South Side Crips and all of that shit, and
I
then
don't think he was associating with the Southside Crips, but I think he was associating with Puff later on. Not like y'all think, or not like it's been put out there. I
yeah,
don't believe he was being a betrayer or
yeah,
betraying Death Row or anything. I don't buy that at all.
okay, that's
But he was trying to at one point later stay neutral. Um, but that was just in September, because we know with evidence, or maybe it started in July or September, because in July 4th, he was on the stage laughing at everything Pac was saying on the stage when he was talking about Big and sleeping with Faith and all that. He had a microphone and was laughing more than anybody on that stage.
yeah,
At the House of Blues is what I'm talking about.
right, right.
Yeah, I'm mainly talking to the audience.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah,
Okay, can you talk about Von Zip and how he was allegedly connected to Puffy's dad's murder?
that all comes from them.
Okay.
That all comes from them and people saying that they saw $1 million checks being cut. People saying that he brought guns and gave it to him and Foxy Brown. Came and pulled up and gave them the gun and all of that. We don't know anything about that. That's all stuff coming out of their camp regarding that. But mainly Keefe D. We follow and listen to all the stuff Keefe D says he's the one that's implicating Von Zip. We wouldn't know anything like that.
Okay. So even with the people saying that Puffy put the bounty on put $1 million bounty on Pop, like you think that was real too?
That comes from Keefe. I think it was said in jest in a conversation. I
Yeah,
believe that. But for it to happen when it happened, or if he was serious or not, I can't say. But I
yeah,
believe he threw that in the universe and said that to Keefe. Niggas say that all the time. Niggas
right,
talk like that, talk big and bad like that all the time.
right.
Yeah.
All right. Now this one question I gotta ask you, man. What's up? Do you think that Stretch was killed by a Tupac associate? Like I mean, just allegedly.
I just always said it was a guy that was associated, that was out there. Um, it's a big coincidence that it happened on the exact date, uh, a year away from the date that Tupac was shot in the studio. I don't believe in coincidence like that. And I know the guy that was in New York at the time. I know what he was all about, and I saw him and Pac embrace each other uh, in a thank you, appreciate you type manner a day or two afterwards. That's all I ever said.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
I said nothing more than that.
yeah, yeah. So, man, what was Jay Z actually problem with Tupac? What was their problem? Do you know, or can you be they really had a real problem or not?
He was just on the come up, trying to get be loyal to Big and all of them. Jay Z, as we know him today, or knew him in '98, '97, he wasn't that guy.
Yeah,
He wasn't that guy in '94, '95. And so, how do you get known? How did 50? How did we learn about 50? How did we know about 50? We learned about 50 because he was dissing everybody.
right.
That's how 50 got his deal. He was out there dissing and attacking everybody. That's the route Jay Z took, and it worked for him. He
Yeah,
was Biggie mouthpiece.
yeah. So they say Jay Z actually had a diss record back then about Tupac, but he never released it. Did you actually hear it?
I don't know if it was a diss record or a diss song that
Okay.
he performed on the at the Apollo one night at a show with Biggie. People have talked about it. Um, I could have sworn I saw it before on the internet. I know other people have said they saw it on the internet, but you go try to find it now, you can't.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah.
Magically disappeared. That's
Yep.
crazy. So, you said you arrested the Blood Poochie man that supposedly had killed Biggie, man. Was that speculation, or did he really get charged with Biggie's murder? Or I mean, nobody got charged, but was he really supposed to be the one that did that?
Yeah, I arrested him on something totally unrelated. 2 to 3 years prior to that, with a gun and some dope.
Right,
Uh,
right. I'm knowing that. I'm knowing that. Yeah.
yeah, so no, there's always speculated. That's what the investigation that Greg Kadings did for murder rap found out, or that's what their conclusion was. But who knows?
Okay. Okay. Is it true that Tupac used to mess around with Puffy's baby mom?
Her name was Sarah. You talking about Sarah?
Yeah, yeah. I guess.
Yeah. There's the pictures on it. There's a picture with Park in Hawaii, laying and putting up the West Side sign with a female sitting next to her,
Mm,
sitting laying with him on a around the pool at a pool,
yeah.
and that was I believe her name was Sarah.
Right, right. So what's up with what Danny Boy was talking about? How he used to watch Puffy's son and shit. While
No, that's a different one. That's Misa. That's the one that Suge was messing with. That's
oh, okay.
Misa.
So that really happened.
Oh yeah, Misa was around. It's out there that Suge and Misa had a relationship. She was real tight with Mary J. And Mary J. Blige used to bring her around. She was
Oh,
their stylist.
oh, okay. And so that's how they met,
Yeah.
basically. Okay. Okay. Now, can you speak on Napoleon cousin killing Yaki Gaddafi and how it got backlash on him, or do you even know about
Yeah.
that?
I haven't heard it anything about it other than what you all have heard. Um, I have my theories on what happened, and everybody has an opinion.
Yeah.
Um,
What's your theory though?
I believe they're playing Russian roulette.
Yeah.
My opinion. That's
Understood.
it.
Understood. Uh, Now this question I'm gonna ask you is about Mob James, man. I'm gonna ask you: is it true that Mob James was upset that Tupac didn't mention him in the Living Die in L.A.?
Mob James didn't care about that. Mob James is just who he is. He believed that you can't just be claiming the hood without getting in the car doing something for the hood.
Right, right. So he felt like Tupac he wasn't about that life, so to say.
To be claiming the hood like that, to be saying that you this, there's protocol to do that, and he don't believe he went through the protocol, and the people that put him on didn't have the position or the authority to put him on.
But did they put him on though?
I believe the people in the death row circle, um, that was their opinion.
Yeah.
That was their belief or attempt.
Bloods, you had Bloods that was like, all right, he on. Then you got Bloods that saying, no, he ain't on.
Correct.
That's crazy. That's crazy. It's just how it go though. That's the politics.
That's the politics.
Yeah. What led to the murder of half of the death row members, including Mob James' brother Bunchy?
What happened?
Okay, basically they wanna ask you like what happened to all the Bloods, like all the like half of death row just got murdered. That's like
It was an internal war. It was happening on both sides.
yeah, yeah,
They were fighting each other.
yeah. And how come does Mob James feel like Suge was sort of kind of the reason why his brother was gone?
When you the guy and you cool with both sides, or they always working for you, and you the reason that now that they're fighting, that's why he feels that way.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. That's real. Okay. Can you speak about how Master P got Snoop away from Death Row, and was it any static with no limit?
It was really this guy named Brian Turner that was the distributor for Priority. He was over Priority Records that Master P was signed to, and he's the one that Suge assigned his rights uh, to Priority Records, and he assigned the rights or allow Master P to claim him as an artist. But
Mm.
Suge has never met Master P. Master P has never came up to the prison or anything and talked to Master P. And when I say never met Master P, I'm talking about during the time of 95 to 2002. What
So,
they done, what they
because
done since then, I don't know.
on the breakfast, Master P was, from my observation, it was like he was saying like he got he made it damn sure like he took him from Suge like nigga this nigga he coming to no limit nigga you know
So like I
um,
told you, it's false. It's false.
yeah
It's inaccurate. That's not true.
yeah okay how is Suge Knight doing in prison right now and is he okay with running death row?
With what?
I said, is Suge Knight okay in prison? Is he okay with Snoop Dogg running death row right now?
I haven't talked to him about that specifically, but you see what his son recently put on Instagram. If you haven't, check it out. I'll show you right there what he think about Snoop. When people were saying, "Oh, they cool," Suge said that, or you go really, really, really listen to that last interview he did with $1 Million Game.
Are you,
He
Dallas,
kind
what,
of
you talking about Gillian Wallow?
yeah. You listen to that interview towards the end, you can see that he's not happy about that. And he
Right.
definitely ain't happy about it because he fucking with Harrio and trying to put Harrio out there. So
Okay, so that's
no,
what
he's not.
you so Suge's not okay with Harry O. Harry O and Suge, they not okay.
No. This nigga was sitting down at the grand jury trying to get him indicted. This nigga's the reason that he had to file bankruptcy. Would you be okay?
Hold on. Harry O is the reason why Suge had to file bankruptcy.
He got a fake. Well, he got a judgment against him for $107 million, which made him have to go and file, for bankruptcy.
Damn. See, I ain't know that. I ain't know that, man. That's wild. Yeah. So yeah, he couldn't be okay with that.
Never will be.
Yeah. So, man, back to death row, man. Back on death row. Ain't that's what it is? Back on death row, right?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Cause I seen Daz was representing some shit on his Instagram with with the Crips, in charge of I don't know, but I got one question I need to ask you about this situation, man. It's a Memphis situation, man. Rest up, Young Dolph. Uh, was Young Dolph involved in your drug business, man?
Not to my knowledge, but I dealt with a lot of people in Memphis for a long time. But I didn't know him personally. I don't remember him by that name. Uh, but me or the guy that was the main guy that I dealt with, uh, I don't know, but I dealt with a lot of guys in Memphis. But he wasn't the reason that guy put out on the internet. That wasn't the reason. As far as the phone numbers and getting caught with money and all of that, um, that wasn't the reason. That
Yeah,
stuff happened later on. They were mainly on them for guns, not for no dope, no weed or nothing. Those niggas were sending guns back from Memphis to California. Was the
yeah,
reason for the ATF being involved in that investigation.
right. So what
Yeah,
happened? What actually happened, man? Like, so you was getting them in like that, though, right? I mean, I know you already got charged with the shit, right?
yeah, I done did time behind it. Yeah.
Speak on it, though, right?
I'm sorry.
I said, so we can speak on it, right?
I can speak on it. I just spoke on it. You go born first. I talk about it all the time. But
Uh,
I'm still on probation for it. So,
so what you, so I'm saying, like, how many of the motherfuckers you was moving like a week, man?
it was a lot.
It was a lot.
It
Yeah,
was a lot of marijuana.
yeah, yeah. And that's crazy. And it was like a hub, like state. You had California was the. I don't want to speak on me. We're gonna talk about something that we're gonna talk about something that. Uh, what's up? What new episodes you got coming on Bond first, man? What can the fans expect? What's new?
Well, new, of course, me. You get me down there every day. Uh, right now, we got an episode with Kenya and Butch Small that's about to come on this week. Kenya, Dad's ex-wife. We're gonna be doing it. I think you did an interview with her before, and
Yeah.
so yeah, she'll be running this week. And then we're gonna have Crooked Eye, and we got some other guests coming up, Whack 100, and we got some other people coming on in the near future. So that's
Uh,
bomb first
you get
every
man.
day.
Tell when you talk to Wack, man. Tell him Israel Picasso said holla at him, man. That's one. And he a character. That guy is a character, man. I ain't gonna lie. He
That's
one of,
all he is. Yeah.
huh?
That's all he trying to be.
Yeah, that's what people don't understand. This is music business. You know, it's entertainment. You know, everybody want to be so serious. If you gonna be serious behind closed doors. Don't do it out in the public and then expect everybody. You know,
Exactly.
for real. Cause this ain't that. So you got anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here, man?
No, no, just continue to support my boy. And when I fell in love with hip hop, because he's out there trying to do it and he grinding, and we just got to support each other. That's why I'm here to try to, support a brother from St. Louis, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
support my brother from St. Louis, and trying to help is what I can. If you don't like me, don't like my what I'm saying, then cool. But those that do, support him, and that's all I'm here for. Just to try to support and put it out there. You
Like what?
take the truth, you could take it what you hear, and you decide for yourself what's the truth or what you want to subscribe to.
That's
But
real. That's
yeah,
real. Once again, I appreciate you coming on the platform, man. It's an honor once again, man. You're more than welcome for a third episode, man. If you know,
you just reach out to me whenever you need me, brother. I'm there.
yeah, yeah. Appreciate you. This is another episode of When I Fell in Love with Hip Hop. I'm Israel Picasso. We tuning live from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm out of here.
Peace.
Peace.